downtown Torrance at Foster's Freeze. Doesn't get any better than this. We're here at the Torrance Farmers Market. Spotlight Torrance. This is Spotlight Torrance, where we're exploring your city. I'm your host, Shannon Murphy. Thanks for joining us. Now today I'm at the Torrance Airport for the B-17 tour. And as you can see behind me, that's the B-17, known as the Aluminum Overcast. And we're going to talk to a couple of World War II vets who actually flew in the B-17s during the war, the pilot for today, and yes, we're going to go up in the air. So hang on, let's go for a ride. The Boeing B-17, known as the Flying Fortress, is a World War II bomber used primarily in Europe. B-17s from the 8th Air Force went on countless missions from bases in England that often lasted more than 8 hours, striking deep into enemy territory. The B-17 here is the Aluminum Overcast, brought to us by EAA, the Experimental Aircraft Association out of Oshkosh, Wisconsin. It proudly carries the colors of the 398th Bomb Group of World War II and commemorates a B-17 that was shot down on its 34th combat mission over Le Manoir, France on August 13, 1944. Veterans of the 398th helped finance the bomber's restoration, and we were lucky enough to have 2 B-17 veterans on hand to tell us about their experiences. First, we talked with Jim White, who was in the 398th.
Actually, we paid for the paint job on this airplane, and therefore our tail markings, as you see the triangle with the W, that indicates the 398th Bomb Group, 1st Bomb Division, 8th Air Force. Seeing this airplane brings back so many memories. I was talking with the other gentleman about, even though it's 60, almost 70 years ago, some of the memories are like it was yesterday. I continue to fly. I still can pass the physical. I just flew recently at Torrance Airport, only in a Cessna this time.
Like Jim White, you gotta have a lot of confidence and great communication to pilot a plane like the B-17. And maybe you're looking to step up your communication in your business or life in general. Well, Julie Parton has a great organization for you to check out, Toastmasters.
In today's economy, nailing that job interview or being great on the fly can give you that extra edge that you need to get ahead. Toastmasters' mission is just that, to give people confidence in the way they communicate. Julie Brody is a living testimony of the way the group changes lives. 11 years ago, Brody realized that even though she was an expert in her field of financial advising, her communication skills were holding her back.
I just remember that I started stuttering in the middle of this seminar. It was a group of about 50 people, and it was so hard to recover, and my colleague had to come in and help me.
Only 8 months into the program, Brody noticed a dramatic change in her public speaking poise when faced with the same situation.
And only you know how to change it. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster.
Leaders of the group say her situation is not unique, and members usually see results in the first or second week.
You start to see the confidence come. They start to see, well, people just want to hear what I have to say, and they begin to speak, and they begin to be free. And so that is what I love about watching the transformations that happen here.
The Learn by Doing formula sounds simple, but is very effective. By practicing speeches, discussions, and presentations in a supportive and structured setting, people develop oral communication skills and are empowered to lead.
It helps me in my career. It helps me be comfortable talking to people. It helps me to think clearly. I had a lot of phobia about speaking publicly before Toastmasters, and I find that this really has helped a great deal.
All right, a few people admit it, the rest of you are liars.
There are several Toastmaster groups in the South Bay. Some have special purposes, such as technical talks and corporate training. The Emerald Toastmaster chapter, which meets here in Torrance, was established in 2011 and covers it all.
I hope that people from Torrance will come to this club because it's all about communication. Communication is not optional, and no matter what we do in business, we need to communicate with confidence.
What's your 10-year plan? Does that sound familiar to anyone?
Today, Brody regularly speaks and gives presentations for a living. Additionally, she is now a Toastmaster area advisor and helped establish the Emerald branch.
I wake up in the morning and I'm excited about who I'm going to speak to that day. I'm no longer afraid in how I'm going to communicate the message.
Guests are welcome at any time and can attend free of charge. For CitiCABLE, I'm Julie Parton.
Bring your communication and career to the next level with Toastmasters. For more information, visit toastmasters.org. Because of their long-range capability, formations of B-17s often flew into battle with no fighter escort. Instead, they would rely on their own defensive capabilities from the various manned guns placed around the plane, including the tail, 2 waist gunners, top, chin, cheek, and ball turret, where our next veteran got a bird's eye view of the spectacular bombing runs.
I used to see all the show though. I seen all the show. I said my bombardier always show me where he wanted to drop the bombs, and as soon as I face it up towards the bomb bay, watch them bombs go down, and I kind of wanted to tell him where they hit. So, but I get to see all the show. I get goosebumps. I feel, I almost get tears in my eyes. And it's quite an experience. I think I lived a great life. I lived well. I don't regret anything I've done. Quite an experience. I think, I keep saying that I'd do it again, I would.
Now the B-17 has 13 50 caliber guns, just like the ones you see here in the ball turret that Nick Sanchez manned. Now I'm sure he got a lot of coaching how to use these things. Now if you're looking for some coaching for your own life, or maybe your business, we have the place for you to go, Life Oasis.
My name is Jacqueline Huynh Schaefer. I am the business and life coach and consultant. Jacqueline Huynh Schaefer has been helping clients with business and life solutions for 5 years, and just a few months ago decided to collaborate with 4 other people to open the Life Oasis.
The Life Oasis is a unique business that provides coaching for goals in business as well as in life.
I also teach a class on creating achievable goals because they're so stretched that sometimes they don't realize that a goal is sometimes just a dream. And the difference between a dream and a goal is actually a plan.
For these clients, their training plan provides some positive insight.
The biggest thing I think has been to think bigger and more positive. One of her biggest contributions, I think, is the ability to get you to see what's limiting you, to see what beliefs are holding you back.
They have an amazing amount of knowledge here, so it's just a tidbit of what to look for and what to do and not do.
Coaching is offered on a one-to-one basis or in workshop form, in which Goldman and Hoagland are thankful to be a part of.
I'm excited to see all these great minds in one place. It's really exciting to be able to come into one location and to talk to people from so many different disciplines.
It really is a great energy that they have here, so I love it. It's really a great place to be for somebody who is just a small business starting out and somebody who is big, who wants to learn different tools and how to even better their business. So I'm grateful for it.
Educate, empower, and inspire are 3 words that the Life Oasis has built their product around, and Schaefer hopes it benefits all parties involved.
Life Oasis is about ecology, and it's a win-win-win. So we want to make sure it's a win for us, a win for the people that come in here, and it's also a win for the world. Nobody leaves here without getting something. And so as long as you come in here, you're going to get something, even if it's a little nugget. We're here to inspire and to really empower people to change their life.
For Spotlight Torrance, I'm Wealthy Jenner.
Find the business or life solutions you've been looking for. Visit thelifeoasis.com or call 888-991-6274. As you can see, the interior of the B-17 is quite minimal to accommodate its missions and the required 10 crew members, including a ball turret gunner like veteran Nick Sanchez, tail gunner, 2 waist gunners, radio operator, flight engineer, navigator, bombardier, and of course, the pilots. Here we are, we're up in the cockpit, and we're here with the pilot, Bob Davis. Bob,
hey,
thank
good
you
to
for
see
letting
you.
us talk to you up here.
Yeah.
So tell us about flying the B-17. How is that for you?
Well, you know, I'm really fortunate. I've been flying this now since 1994 for EAA. And it's really, and I know how this sounds, but we mean it sincerely, it's one of the most fulfilling things we ever do. Back when we started, 20 years or so ago, there were many World War II guys around, and we got to talk with them well, they're not with us that much anymore. So, but you know, we're bringing an artifact to people all over the country, and it's just a wonderful thing to do.
How does the B-17 compare to other
airplanes I've flown? Well, you know, it's 1935 technology. We have to remember that, back with vacuum tubes and cables and things like that. So it's not like a modern airplane to fly at all with all the electronics and that kind of thing. But it's really a lot of fun to fly. Very honest airplane, and not all that difficult to fly, really.
There's no air or heating of any kind on the plane, correct?
No air conditioning other than open a window, and you know, pretty basic. No heat at all, although the crews did have electric flying suits, which they tell us didn't work all that well. And they would wear traditionally fleece-lined boots that would come up, you know, just below the knee, and sheepskin flying suits and padded helmets. But it had to be cold. Had to be very, very cold.
So Bob, you getting ready for the flight today?
Right.
You're all set?
Well, pretty much. Our TAMOs, which is kind of a fancy term we use for our flight engineers, have been out pre-flighting the airplane. They're checking the fuel load right now and the other systems on the airplane. And the other pilot and I, Ken, we've done our work. We've checked the weather, and it's just a beautiful cloudless day here in Torrance.
Perfect out there.
And so we'll be doing 2 PR flights, and I think people will enjoy it.
Excellent. So while we're getting ready to take off into the air, you might be getting a little bit hungry. So we've got a brand new restaurant for you to check out, Crest Bar and Grill. Wealthy Jenner is going to tell you all about it.
Here in historic Old Torrance, the beautification process is not only happening on the outside, it's happening on the inside. The Crest Sports Bar and Grill has made a few upgrades. New owners Shane McCulligan and Jason Rath have been friends for 18 years, co-workers for 13, and in December of 2010, joined together as owners of the Crest Sports Bar and Grill.
My business partner Shane, he's very good at finding places that need probably a little bit of cleaning up and so on, which the Crest was around for 25, 26 years before we got here. And then when we saw it needed to be cleaned up quite a bit, and Shane saw the potential and what it could be. And I followed his lead, and we've turned it into what we've turned it into.
This area has a lot of character, the Old Torrance area, and the building itself is very old. I'm not sure exactly what year it was built, but you know, when we first came over here and started looking at locations, I just really liked the feel of this location. Like I said, the building has a lot of character outside and inside.
Just under 4,000 square feet, they've knocked out some walls, have over 60 flat screen TVs, and added Sports Bar and Grill to their name.
Well, I used to tell people used to be a bar that showed sports, and now it's a full-blown sports bar.
The reason we chose to do more of a sports oriented, you know, restaurant theme grill is because I mean, you can't go wrong with sports. We're in America, you know, we love sports, and there's always sports on TV, the NFL, NBA, NHL, everything. So, you know, there's, you know, all year round, there's some sort of sporting event, and we felt that we would capture corner a good market with that.
While sports is a new focus for the restaurant, Rath and McCulligan wanted to keep some of the old traditions.
When we came here, there wasn't a huge amount of business, but there was a great regulars business. So our main goal was to make sure we kept the regulars and added new regulars to the business. And that's definitely what we've done. If you come in here, the same exact, we kept the bartenders, we kept a few of the servers. People have been working here. One of the bartenders has been working in this building for 18 years, another for 15, another for I think 12, and our other bartender for 7. So we wanted the people to stay familiar with who worked here. And we kept all of our regulars, added new ones, and we're doing a heck of a business.
The regular crowd and staff aren't the only thing they're keeping. On the menu, their famous bread knots have been a bestseller for more than 20 years.
Our pizzas are very popular in the area. We get a lot of people come in for pickup. You know, we do a great job with our lunch and happy hour and early dinner. So a lot of people do come here for the pizza and the bread knots. Those are really popular. The PBJ bread knots and the garlic bread knots, and we also do cinnamon bread knots.
The food is really good. The happy hour deals are excellent, and it draws a large crowd most nights. And the gentlemen that have bought the place have really done a fantastic job in remodeling, and and keeping the same employees here and adding good employees to the list.
Great food, people, and a new look means a bright future ahead.
I love the city, very pro-business. I know eventually in this area they're looking, for future, downtown renovations, and I think we've come into a great location and hopefully see some future changes with the city and, to better for everybody, for the community.
Rath and McColgan have plans to continue improving the restaurant by incorporating larger windows and outdoor seating while still preserving historic Old Town Torrance.
Look for hopefully some future changes for the better for everybody, for the community, for our clients, for us, Jason and I as business owners, and we want to be here for the long run.
For Spotlight Torrance, I'm Wealthy Jenner.
Located in Old Torrance, the Crest is recently under new ownership and is now considered the South Bay's best viewing room. For more information, go to thecrestsportsbarandgrill.com or call 310-320-9347. With all preparations complete, we're ready to experience the B-17 as it should be, in the air. There we are, we're in the middle of the flight. B-17 bomber, you couldn't ask for anything else. It's perfect. Got two things to describe it. It's loud and it's awesome. If you ever get the chance, you really need to experience this. Take the flight, it's well worth it. fantastic ride that brought back great memories and an ear-to-ear smile for Nick Sanchez.
It was great.
We're back on the ground now from a great flight in the air. Now, unfortunately, the B-17 tour is here only once a year. If you missed it, don't worry, there's still plenty to do at the Torrance Airport, specifically the Western Museum of Flight, and Wealthy Jenner has a story.
With vintage warbirds on display, speakers and guests from World War II, the Western Museum of Flight offers a unique view into aviation history.
I would say that our most unique and the biggest draw is the YF-23 Supercruiser, which is located at the East End. There's only 2 of them in the world. The 3rd Saturday of every month, we have a celebrity lecture, and we feature speakers from a wide berth of experience, test pilots, engineers, visionaries for the industry.
The museum attracts all kinds of visitors, including some of our country's war vets.
During the war, World War II, I was in the 48th Fighter Squadron, 14th Fighter Group, 15th Air Force, flying out of Italy.
I served World War II, but I didn't see any combat in World War II. But in Korea, I was assigned to the 80th Fighter Bomber Squadron at Suwon, South Korea, and flew 125 missions in F-80 aircraft.
The two friends frequent the museum and today came to hear Don Oldest give a speech about one of his missions.
I am going to give a speech about an atomic bomb during the Korean War that people hadn't heard about. It's kind of a strange war because no one ever heard about us, so we never really got any credit, got no medals at all. It was so top secret they couldn't issue a medal.
In addition to hearing about top secret missions, you might find yourself inside top secret aircrafts.
This is a display that's a live display at the museum, and people can climb into the cockpit and experience a real fighter jet.
Thanks to the city's generous deed of about 3 acres of land, the museum is set to build a new home at the east end of the field near the Acura dealership.
Plans are underway. We have an architect, and we're embarking on the silent phase of a capital campaign.
For Spotlight Torrance, I'm Wealthy Jenner.
Schedule your trip to the Western Museum of Flight today. Visit them online at WMOF.com or call 310-326-9544. We had a blast today at the Torrance Airport. Going up in the B-17 was absolutely amazing. Make sure you put it on your calendar for next year. I'm your host, Shannon Murphy. Thanks for watching Spotlight Torrance, and we'll see you next time. Don't miss your chance to experience this exceptional piece of history. To check out the remaining B-17 tour schedule or to plan ahead for next year, visit b17.org or call 800-359-6217.